Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of Masterminds. Um, I have taken over the Elder Guardians in the last episode, in this Guardian farm that's behind me. Whoops, I accidentally pressed it twice. Uh, so now what we're going to do, I have two sponges, but we're going to go in there. I'm going to start clearing it out. I have some furnaces on me. I have some coal. I'm hoping I'll find a sponge room. I'm going to assume that there is a sponge room in there, at least one, hopefully multiple. If there are multiple, that would be absolutely amazing. But I have these signs. I figured they'd look warped. The warped wood would look best with kind of the prismarine because it's kind of blue. And I'm going to put that to kind of block off any water. I think for now, I'm actually going to have dirt as a temporary block, and I'll still put them up though, just so we have them up already. Then I also have obsidian. I have flint and steel. I don't really know why I have a water bucket, but I have it on me. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna start clearing it out. So yeah, let's do it. All right, so kind of did some work off camera. I meant to record, but I completely forgot. So I actually have a lot of stuff cleared now. The only thing I have left to clear is the outside of this area. So like everything that isn't like a main room type of thing. And I'm assuming since I got off and stuff that there is probably a lot of people or a lot of guardians, not people, in that section, since that's like the only section left for guardians to spawn in inside of the temple. So I'm going to continue the time lapse there, and then I'll do a brief break, and then I will start another time lapse of me basically getting rid of all the walls and stuff in here and just leaving it with the shell, and then we can figure out what we can do for building. So yeah, so I'm going to start the time lapse now. All right, so I'm pretty sure we cleared out all of the water that is in this area. I don't know that for sure. There could be some hidden rooms, and yeah, but we'll obviously find those hidden rooms when we go and start clearing out this area. And I have a ton of sponges left behind. One thing that I actually found like 2 more sponge rooms while I wasn't recording on accident. Which is great, because we have a ton of sponges now. So I think we found like 4 or 5 total, which is crazy. The most sponge rooms I have ever found in a monument has been 2. And it would be even more crazy is if we just like somehow discover another one while we're mining this thing down. But yeah, so I'm going to go and now mine this thing down to the ground. So we're going to get rid of absolutely everything that is in the way. And then I actually made a few mock-up guardian temples or guardian ocean monuments, whatever you want to call them, in my testing world. So we will actually go and check that out after I mine this thing down to the ground, and I'll kind of talk about what I want to do for the area and try to come up with some decisions. And we'll probably end the episode there, depending on how much time I've actually recorded of this, because you know, time lapses might actually make the video a lot faster than what I want it to be. So we'll kind of see how that goes. So I'm going to go cut to a new time lapse of me mining this thing down to the ground, and obviously lighting it up. Otherwise, we're gonna have more than just guardians spawning in here. So I'm gonna go do that now. All right, so I did a lot of work. Well, not actually. It's probably not actually a lot, but I started to mine a lot of stuff. I mined that room there, and I mined this big room. I started mining the ceiling, but you probably noticed that I stopped. I'm thinking about keeping these main floors in. So like we have this prismarine level right here. Obviously, we're keeping this base one down here. But then there's also this one. So there's generally like a 1, 2, 3 floor system that goes on. And then obviously you have like the Elder Guardian room that's even higher up technically. But I think I'm going to keep these floors for right now. Because I might actually put them back in eventually. Because if I were to add floors, these are probably the levels I would do them at. Especially this one, since it would fit really well with this giant prismarine slab that we have here, because there's water right above it that is basically just like flat area behind the temple. Because I am planning, since this is going to be the trading center, I'm planning on having villagers on one floor and piglins on another. And since piglins require, like they're not all like different like the like villagers are, so having them up on this smaller floor might actually be pretty good. And I think this floor, if we are going to take out a floor, it would probably be this floor right here, because it's really low to the ground. And I don't really like how low it is, because I don't want to have 3 block high roofs, because those are typically annoying to deal with unless you have like a village that has a bunch of houses and stuff in it. So I think I'm going to keep this ceiling for now. We'll figure out some kind of staircase system or something, or like a water channel that leads up there. It's probably more likely what we'll do to fit with the theme. But you also probably noticed that I moved the base over here. This is like the 4th time we've moved stuff here. And I think that prismarine block literally despawned as I got up here. Either that or I was seeing things. So yeah, so we moved it over here. I left the other prismarine stuff that we already had in chests over in the other room, just because we don't really need it, at least not right now. And by the time that we do need it, we'll already have this area cleared out, and we'll have more prismarine inside of this main section. And then that, honestly, any prismarine that we get from this is mostly going to be useless, except for some base builds. Base is in like normal, like right from the start type things, rather not like base as in, this is my base type thing. But I also wanted to move this here because we are running low on iron, and I honestly think we're going to run out of iron before we finish demolishing everything that I want to demolish. And we also have so many random sponges everywhere, because I left them in just because of the amount that we had. So during future time lapses, you'll probably see me just absolutely finding entire rooms filled with sponges from the time lapse that you guys missed because I was dumb and forgot to hit record. But yeah, so that's kind of the general shtick of things. So I'm gonna try to create like a mine shaft here. It's gonna suck at first making it because there's a lot of water and stuff going on. I mean, for one thing, we do have sponges, but I'll also have to actually make the staircase since this is completely underwater here. What I could do is actually make a spiral staircase inside of one of the legs of the monument, and that might actually be better. But the only thing that I get annoyed about with that is that it takes forever to go down. So I might do that for simplicity's sake. So we'll see. But essentially I'm going to end the recording now, and it's not going to be the end of the episode. It's just going to be, it's not going to be any more time lapses for right now. And I'm going to go mine a bunch of stuff and try to get some more iron. And then I will continue the time lapse with when we get more iron, because this will only make 2 more sets of, because I've been making sets of 4, so this iron will only make 2 more sets because it takes 12 per set. So this will only make 2 more sets, and I highly doubt that that is enough to clear this out. I really probably should invest in trying to get like some actual unbreaking and stuff first, and like efficiency, but because this is a pain, I've never cleared a monument like this with just an iron or a bunch of iron pickaxes. Instead, I've always had a ton of diamond tools whenever I've taken over monuments, so doing it this early kind of sucks. Honestly, between episodes, I probably could have just like tried to hammer out mining and get a bunch of stuff, but actually getting levels and stuff as well to enchant those diamond items would also suck, because I don't want to waste the diamond tools, you know. But I might actually still end up using this. I was just afraid that I would need it to mine obsidian, so I didn't want to use it and waste it, since we only have 2 diamonds left. So we'll kind of see how this works out. I'm gonna go mine, and then I will be back with a time lapse once I have a ton more iron. And I might honestly make myself a new set of iron armor as well, because this is just crazy. This is like the 3rd helmet I've had so far. So, and there's still guardians lurking about in here. Don't you doubt that. So yeah, I'll be back with more iron, hopefully. Alright, so while I was editing this, I realized that I had more clips than I needed, so it would have lasted a very long time if I included all of those clips. So we're just going to end the episode with this time-lapse. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I know it was just a lot of boring, like, clearing out the stuff, but, you know, time-lapses are always fun, so I figured I'd include it into the episode. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode as well, because Az and I will be taking down a couple Ender Dragons in the end. Somebody in our group already took down the Ender Dragon, so we are going to have to respawn them. We've already gathered all the materials and everything, so it'll basically purely be the fight, so hopefully that'll be fun. And then also make sure that you check the description for DJ Augie's work, because, I mean, he did a great job on this music, and that's pretty much all I put into these time lapses was his music. So yeah, so definitely make sure you check out him. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. But besides that, game on.